So today's going to be a little bit different. I've got to use my GoPros to record instead of my phone, so we'll see how that turns out. I used to use my GoPros before, so it shouldn't be a problem. So the plans for today are fill the diff, make sure it's not leaking. I was going to check the leak at the front, maybe even change the oil, and I was thinking of straightening the damage on the car. Now, I'm not going to straighten the damage on the inside here, because I think that would be a bit too difficult, but I just want to straighten up the outside so that it looks somewhat straight and that you can't tell. I don't need to do that, but I just want to do that just for the looks. It'll look slightly better if it's not like the way it is now. So yeah, let's get started. To start, I made this little, because I'm not planning to keep this car for long, I've made this tool so that I can undo the plug. Fits pretty nice. Obviously, if you have a BMW like this one, buy the tool for it. But let's see if this even works. Uh-oh. Oh, came off. I was thinking that now I was watching out so that this didn't get stripped, but I was thinking the welds on the nuts would just come off. Alright, this is the moment of truth. Let's see if she leaks. Oh, ow, man. Let me see if I can put as much as I think that's as tight as it was. Yeah, that's all good. Okay. That is full, and I am not seeing any leaks. Now what I'm going to do is I'll run the wheels and I'll see what happens and make sure we don't have any critical failure before we take it to the farm. Because if I can't run it, probably up to, what I'll do is I'll spin the wheels, get it going to about 60. If it's all good, then it's all good. I don't see why it wouldn't be. I didn't like, the weld came out pretty solid, so, but we can only tell by doing it. Well, we're in park, so that's what that is. All right, next step. All right, so I did a quick Google search. I found a forum where they were talking about it, and what I found was people were saying to disconnect the ABS, the ASC, and the DSC fuses. Now I heard someone say just unplug the ABS plug from the engine bay. I don't know what I'm looking at, so I didn't want to do that. So what I did was I disconnected all the fuses that were in those categories. So ABS, ASC, and DSC. What I noticed was a lot of the ABS fuses and the ASC fuses were the same fuses for DSC. So here we go. Here is a first start. We got lights. That's a good thing. Let me put this on my head and we'll continue. All right, so all the fuses are taken out. Let's do this. Still starts. It's a good thing. Now we have the handbrake light. Well, actually that's not the handbrake light. Oil light. We have enough oil. It might be on the low side though. Alright, it's in drive. Let's see. Okay, I can feel the wheels moving, but we can't see how fast we're going anymore. As far as the diff goes, this camera was running the whole time, so I'll get some footage of the wheels spinning up. As far as the diff goes, I do not see any oil. That's the oil that came out of the drain plug. I do not see any part of the gasket to be leaking. So I am happy with that. Man, look how thick these are. I don't know if that's normal. Oh, we're just gonna have to wing it. But yeah, I don't. I'm curious to see what's on this camera, because we would have seen the wheels spinning like crazy. So as you can see, we did our best. It's still all bent inside here. I'm not straightening that, and it's actually really badly bent here. But as you can see, it's not as badly, I mean, it doesn't look as badly bent. And then when you close the boot, we've actually got a bit of a gap. It's not like an inch anymore. Over here we don't have any gap at all. But, you know, I'll just put some pins like I did on the Ford to hold it down, and that's it. But I can't remember how bad it looked. Obviously you guys will have a side-by-side comparison as to what it looked like before and what it looks like now. Yeah, that's it. We did bend the damage out slightly, but the metal started to give way at a certain point and just started to tear instead of just pulling out. But I'm pretty happy with that because I can still try and straighten this panel out slightly. There's really no need though, but as long as the boot lines up relatively well, which it does. Yeah, so what we did today was we filled the diff up with oil. We took out the fuses, which were the ABS, the ASC, and the DSC fuses. We don't have a speedo anymore because obviously the wheel speed sensors go off those fuses, so we don't have a speedo anymore. But we have full power to the wheels, and there's no like, it was basically in limp mode. The oil leak isn't a big deal. we have a half amount of oil since it's been sitting here. It's been sitting here for about like 5 months, 4 or 5 months. So the fact that it's leaked out slowly over that time, it's not a big deal. The oil leak looks like it's coming from the top of the engine, because when I looked at the power steering pump, it was just covered in oil. So I think it's just coming out of the cover at the top. Nope. I did get oil for it, so I think we'll just keep topping it up, and to be honest, it's probably gonna die before it runs out of oil. But yeah, so the next thing to do will be straightening this out a bit more, and I think paint. So yeah, you guys are gonna really like the color scheme that we've come up with. Well, we didn't come up with the color scheme, we picked the color scheme. Yeah, it's really gonna, we didn't plan this, but it's gonna match the theme of the last farm car, like cops and robbers kind of thing. Alright, thanks for watching.